Hello, Matt here with a HUNDEGNI video analysis on HUNDEGNI 2.1. I realize it's been a while since we've done a HUNDEGNI video analysis. In fact, it was on a completely different channel at the time. And a big reason that we switched is just mainly because we lost the password for the older channel. But with that being said, we are continuing this. So we took a bit of a break, partially just because we had a lot of stuff going on in our personal lives at the time. And also we wanted to kind of wait for more videos to come out so we could get a general idea of what's going to be going on in this new 2.X series. Because we've seen everything in the 1.X, but now this seems to be like a new take on everything. And we'll discuss what I'm talking about in a bit more detail when we see HUNDEGNI 2.2. This video, 2.1, has a lot less to offer overall. The biggest clue I'm paused on right now, and it took me forever to actually pause on this because it only appears on just a very, very brief frame right before the light comes on. And it says wake up, as you can see. And since that does take place right as the light does come on, we do kind of signify this as meaning like somebody is waking up or somebody is telling someone else to wake up and that they are now stepping into like a new world. Once again, I can't go into too much detail with this because I think it's best said when I talk about video 2.2. We'll try to get the video for that out as soon as possible. But right now we are just kind of spitballing a lot of ideas, which we have been doing on and on. So a lot of these ideas I'm going to be discussing aren't mine. Some of them are, but most of them I will credit with those who came up with it in our personal chat. There are some issues with our website of pointingninjaofxi.weebly.com. We'll discuss that in a different video as well. The links to everything important, though, will be in the description as previously stated. So the wake up is the biggest clue hidden within this video, but there are some other things that should be noted definitely. This light at the very end, this is a good part to pause on because it's probably the best frame we're going to get. It shows a light shining down and then something to the left, and we just cannot make out what it is. It's just kind of like a black square surrounded by a frame of some kind, and really there's nothing that we can tell here. And then to the far left, of course, there's just a big black rectangle, which only appears on that side, really. And we're not exactly sure why that's there. It's hard to tell with HUNDEGNI what we're meant to see and what is just kind of there for the sake of displaying what needs to be displayed. So we're not sure if that's something that we should really be taking a note of or if it's just there. And the biggest part of this video that should be noted, aside from the wake up, is just the overall music that you hear. And I'll go ahead and put this on normal speed and have you take a quick listen. So basically what you are hearing there, and I believe it's your left ear if you're wearing headphones, is the song Sing by the Carpenters, which of course was sung by Unhinged during his time throughout the investigation on Home. And so this kind of hints even more so that he is behind this channel and that he's trying to display some sort of message. And perhaps the wake up message at the very end is him telling himself to wake up to kind of overcome the suited man's rule. The broader concepts of all of this will be discussed in another video, so I won't go too in depth with that either. But for the most part, in your right ear you also hear like a bit of crackling, which we've heard in other videos, and we really can't explain it. It's just kind of like a running theme, and hopefully that can kind of be touched upon in another video once we have a bigger or broader idea of what they signify. And I'm going to play the video one more time so that way you can look in the bottom left corner, because there seems to be some flashing lights. Sometimes it's two, and I believe one time it just flashes one light. And it's very brief, but it kind of shows you that the screen you're looking at right now, it's not just pure blackness. Like, this is being recorded in a dark area, but there do seem to be lights flashing, which probably do mean something, but we can't quite crack if it's trying to do some sort of pattern of some kind. I'll go ahead and play that right now. And so you just saw it flash there for a second, and it's going to do a quick one there. Then I think it does, yeah, that's the longer flash that you just saw. and it kind of stops after this for the most part. But there does seem to be something there, and it should be noted definitely that if they bothered to show that in the video, that means that it has to mean something. I don't think that HUNDEGNI would show such a pointless flashing light unless it had some sort of deeper meaning to it all. Otherwise, it would just be a black screen at the beginning, and then they would cut at the very end to the light turning on. So there is a reason that this is being recorded in just a very dark area with lights in the bottom corner where you normally wouldn't notice it. Mainly because the toolbar at the bottom of the video kind of covers it up. If I have that toolbar there while the video plays, you really wouldn't ever even notice the flashing lights. They occur primarily behind it. See, a flash just went off, but you'd hardly ever notice because the toolbar is there. So it's almost there to be like just something that you wouldn't notice, but it's there for a reason. Overall, this video does have a lot to offer, but at the same time it is very mysterious still, and it's hard to say exactly what it's trying to display or what it's trying to show. I think in future videos we will be able to go over it in a bit more detail on what we think is going on with HUNDEGNI as a whole, but this one right here is probably the one that's still kind of up in the air. We think we've found everything, but at the same time, there still seems to be a lot that we don't know on the broad scheme of things. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video now. Once again, in future videos, we're going to go into much deeper detail when it comes to figuring out HUNDEGNI and what it all means, and the smaller clues sprinkled throughout that have bigger repercussions later on. Alright, so for now guys, I'm Matt, signing out. Thanks for watching.